Yo, it's the mayor down south Birmingham, Alabama. I've been I'm gonna call this a interlude to my episodes, or what I'm gonna call my episodes on my history, on the history of gang banging when it came down south, from my knowledge. And I've seen, I've been watching the little dialogue between OG Gumby and the guy Real Tune. I heard the whole story, his reasoning for going on it, Real Tune for going on this journey about one of his little homeboys, his partners, they got, died at a young age due to gang violence, and that made him go on this journey, you know, and whether he know it or not, you know, I'm gonna say this first and foremost, Tune, Real Tune, you really, like you said, you came off the hill to come down here. See, that's an arrogant. That was an arrogant statement. You know what I'm saying? Even in my ears, but you lucky to even come off that hill from my era, from Gumby era on cutting that cloth with different, different sides. Retired. He's still active. You lucky to be able to have walked down that hill, to go down there and see what was down that hill, and be able to come back up and sit next to this man. And the reason you're able to sit next to this man is because this man understands that you don't know. You going around collecting information and taking it as the gospel, as the gospel coming from people that you like from your state, that show you favor, so you go show them favor. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time, you don't know what's up or down because you're not a part of that life. Your homeboy that was, I'm not sure, but your homeboy that died at a young age may have been a part of that life, involved or active or a member or whatever. But you never was. Like you said, you went to college. So ain't now lane you can jump in that conversation that you'll fit in. The best thing for you to do is get off on the next exit. And the next exit, and for you to be off and be safe before you get too far down there, is OG Gumby. He telling you, he done told you from the jump, hey, before you did this, I told you, don't do this. This go cause this. And don't do this. It go cause that. Because he know he's battle tested. He's politic tested. He knows you don't know. So, as young ones do, hard headed. When you tell them don't, they do. When you tell them you can't, they think they can. And the only reason it ain't escalating and got serious for you, other than conversations and baptized and a little call here and a call there, is because of OG Gumby. And because of OG Gumby and some more people that's of status in the underworld that said he don't know no better. Even trying to save you, and you trying to save yourself, and use your white flag, and say, man, I'm just a journalist. But see, like he said, man, when you get down here with these people, that's like saying you the police. To them, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, research, investigation. Oh, that ain't now one of them words good to a street guy ill. Well, research. That sounds like investigation. What you want to know for? That's like, and I know if this ever reached OG Gummy, that's like asking him what he claimed. That's disrespectful. That's like coming in a bad, you coming with the wrong energy, my guy. Why you standing over him? That's coming with the wrong energy, my guy. That's like you saying, I'm not worthy to stand over him. Who are you? You can't test a G. You can't test a G guy like that. You can't test a street guy like that. You can't come in any kind of way other than respectful with a street guy. And you know, you made the comment, I should have stayed up on my educated on it. See, that was a slight. Now you saying everybody down there dumb. And he's telling you, in a way, you right, but you still being disrespectful. But he's letting you know, okay, you being slick. But I'm telling you, what I'm saying is they don't care nothing about that. You finna be a such in so many days. They don't care nothing about that. They don't care nothing. It's been that way, But in the back in the day, if you was back in the day, yeah, you'd have got a lot of passes. Cause okay, man, he a good kid. We gonna let him go on, and they would have aided and assisted you and helped you get to where you at now. You know what I'm saying? But you seem like a guy that come out of a 2-parent home, and you know what love is, you know what attention is, and then you got your own brain, man. Salute to you for doing the things you do and achieving the things you achieve. I don't want you to think I'm bashing you, but I'm saying what I'm saying to you to say, hey, pump your brakes, man. When this man talking, listen. This man has been battle tested. This man has been down the road behind the walls with the worst of the worst. Why you think he had to do what he had to do when he was behind them walls? That man had to become a whole nother animal that you'll never know nothing about. I guarantee you done got shook when you got a couple of phone calls about this. Because that's not your lifestyle, man. And you ought to look at that as a blessing that you ain't got that bone in you. You know what I'm saying? And ain't never had to have that bone in you. You were protected and sheltered to be able to go off. Your mother and your father, man, did what they had to do so you can go off. And I'm pretty sure they wasn't in agreement. If they are now, they probably said, well, you go do what you want to do. But I guarantee you, if they heard anything about it, they wasn't in agreement with you. I'm gonna go and see about why, who it is, who it that, and where it come from, and this, that. Man, your mama, your daddy, they live long enough. Oh, that's dangerous. What is who? What is this? What is that? Oh, that's a guy. Man, don't do that. Leave that alone. And I'm pretty sure some of your OGs done told you, hey, leave that alone. I seen Kunta get up there, act a fool, and beat on his chest. That don't get you nowhere, man. You I ain't gonna say it, but that was a sign of keeping somebody up off you. When you beat your chest, a real move in silence. Ain't all that loud talking and over talking. A real one gonna sit there and look at you while you do all that pump faking. If it was pump faking, I ain't gonna say you wouldn't do what you would do. I don't know you, but a real one, while you sitting up there hopping and hooping and hopping and everything, you, well, how did get in my side? Why am I leaking? While you was hooping and hollering, he didn't hit you, boop, boop, boop. I heard 607 tell a story about Gumby and a situation, and he done went and got a screwdriver, and put things, went old school, got the raise in the mouth, all that. Like, he battle tested. But what you really need to be doing is sitting down, listening to this man. Because how can you debate with somebody who from it? Talking about what you heard. Man, look. And I'm going to give credit to Big Gene for this because, I done heard it before, but he done said it enough. And I done heard it says, I'm going to give credit to him. It said, feelings don't change facts, but facts change feelings. And that's what's going on with Texas and California right now by that Hoover thing. Facts is changing feelings. Feelings don't change facts, but facts change feelings. And they feeling some way about them facts that OG Gumby is bringing. Point blank, period. And my whole take on it, like I said, to Real Tune, say your whole name because I don't want you to feel like I'm Real Tune. My guy, get off this camera, go and sit down with Gumby. OG Gumby. He can get you in the door. If you really, you seem like you fascinated with the culture, get off this camera have a man to man, and then, you know, you ever heard that saying? It's not enough Indians and too many chiefs. Man, be an Indian. Ain't that wrong with being a follower? Be a good follower. A good follower turns into a good leader. Stop trying to. Well, this person, man, you just everything you say is what somebody told you. Then the next other couple of things is that, well, I thought, man, like they said, man, a penny for your thoughts. A penny for your thoughts. That's an opinion. And when they say opinion is like blank blank. Everybody got one. See, and I caught the claw, and our time, my guy, a man didn't open his mouth unless he had to. Because the saying in the South was, don't say nothing unless you got something to say. If you do something, it better be for something. It better not be for nothing. That's thus the saying, don't stand for any, you better stand for something, but don't fall for no anything. So all I'm saying, Tune, man, if it ever get that to you, I'm going to edit to you, you know, maybe you look at it, maybe you won't, you know what I'm saying, the mayor, AKA, you know what I'm saying, the mayor of East Birmingham. All I'm saying, you know, little bro, young bro, is, man, that you sitting next to what we used to call an encyclopedia on the culture from Cali. You sitting next to Google, the Google of the culture, Hoover culture. Listen to that man and stop talking about what somebody told you. Cause see, all this controversy, I know they gonna get you some views, but I know I done seen that man make 1,000 faces. He doing his best. And salute to you, OG Gumby, man. You being real patient with that guy, man, and that's what it's about. You know, growth and development ain't just in GD. That's as a man. And that man, he got it. If he wasn't Hoover, he'll be a great candidate for GD. You know what I'm saying, in my opinion. But real Tune, stay real Tune. Stay real Tune, man. Don't come off that camera and then go in them streets and start roaming these streets and talking to people that this, because you know Purcell, because you interviewed this person and thinking you can go here and there, here and now, and say all this stuff, man, because it can and still will get you hurt, because there's still some people that's serious about this. You know, as much ruckus as these youngsters kicking up, I do not promote violence. I do not promote senseless violence and all this stuff. I promote, as a man, sit down. I give you that. You sit down with Gumby. Gumby had to be willing to sit down with you. And don't let that man willingness to sit down with you be in vain because you won't listen. You want to hear so you can say something. You so educated, you should know how you get educated. You stay quiet, you listen, you learn, you took in information. Take in that information what that man trying to give you, and quit trying to protect or try to be the face of Texas, because you're not gonna end up as that. Like he said, you gonna go down in history, bad or good, you gonna go down in history for this, whether you like it or not, good or bad. But man, you still got some time to clean it up, man. Clean it up, my guy. Sit down and listen. If you got enough pull the right people together. I think OG Person Gumby gonna be a good one. OG Gumby gonna be a good one. And I'ma watch. I'ma watch, my guy. But take some of this to heart, my guy, because this is from the heart. Salute to you, real Tune. Salute to you, OG Gumby. OG Gumby, keep schooling them, man. Keep, you know what I'm saying? But more than anything, man, like you said, the community, your community, and what it's about. You become the face of the community now. But, you know what I'm saying, push it in that right direction. Forget about If they don't want to, as you saying, hoovering, right? Leave that alone, man. Catch them young ones. And whatever hoovering mean to you, man, hoover some of them young dudes into a CEO spot. You see what I'm saying? Hoover some of them young dudes into a Fortune 500 company. You know what I'm saying? Stop battling with this 20-something-year-old dude, man, who want to tell you what somebody else told him that somebody else told somebody that tell. Like you said, they've been going on for 30 plus years. You know what I'm saying? Even down here in Birmingham, Alabama, it been some miscommunication on another playing field, on the same, but on not the same. I don't know who, but on the plane. Yeah, we had to go. One thing we didn't never unloosen that knot from where it came from. And there's some people from Cali came out here, and some people from, you know what I'm saying, but mainly from Midwest kept in touch. But it ain't all about that. I ain't promoting gangs. I ain't promoting none of that. I ain't promoting organizations or nothing. I'm promoting, man, they said these things were built for our people, for our youth, for our, our gang. Let's keep it there. And again, salute to you, Gummy, for having the patience to go to this platform, that platform, and try to and get your point across. You know what I'm saying? But don't let them trick you off the street, because what ain't gonna be, bro. And you know you can't force it. They said one thing, they said you ain't bigger than the program. And they ain't just talking about your community. They talking about that program. You know what I'm talking about, bro. You done been in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just as big out here, it's just more area. If they don't want you to get that message across, they ain't gonna let you get that message across. But two are the same kind of people. You know what I'm saying? Somebody need to listen while somebody talk. A conversation is not two people talking at the same time. We can sing together, but we can't talk together. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm really ending it. Salute to OG Gumby, salute the Real Tune. You know what I'm saying? Listen, little brother. Just listen. Don't talk, listen. He gained something. OG Percy and OG Gumby, whoever platform it end up on, I want to see how that turn out. It's almost like a versus, you know what I'm saying? But I'm only speaking because it's involving the South in its entirety. And it's not South against West. You know what I'm saying? But I can say that man, he trying to, as they say, lace up y'all trucks, man. You know what I'm saying? And some good things can come out of this. It ain't all negative. But salute, man, from the mayor, Birmingham, Alabama. Specifically, the east side, specifically East Birmingham, the mayor. I'm checking out, man. Y'all have a good one. Southern hospitality.